I'm on a journey in search of the green oasis of Morocco. The people of Morocco regard green as the color of heaven. The water that originates from the Atlas Mountains wet the barren red earth of Morocco and supported life. A place where life is precious because it is so uncommon. It is where I met the people of paradise. Today I venture in search of a golden Morocco. Discovered amongst the ruins of the ancient glory of the Roman Empire, I find the golden age of Morocco in a medieval city where time stands still. And I encounter a shining scene of life created by the owners of this land. Morocco is located on the northwestern tip of the African continent. The official name of Morocco is the Kingdom of Morocco. Today's journey begins at the capital city of Rabat. Rabat, the capital city of Morocco, is the political center of the country, where the King's Palace, the Houses of Parliament, and the administrative offices are located. Cultural facilities are concentrated around the Royal Palace, including fancy restaurants, cafes, and bookstores. Early morning, I can see the sight of carefree people sitting in open-air cafes. I want to enjoy my morning in Morocco like them.
모로코식 아침 식사가 따로 있어요. 많은 분들이 이렇게 카페 앞에 노천에 앉아서 식사를 하시거나 차를 드시는데요. 모로코 사람처럼 저도 이 아침에 식사를 해보겠습니다.
This is called Tagine, a Moroccan horn-shaped pot. The dish inside the pot is also called Tagine.
일반적으로 생각하던 계란 요리랑은 많이 다른데요. 안에 고기가 들어있어요. 그리고 이 올리브 기름에
It's a traditional Moroccan breakfast meal. There is meat that's been salted inside the dish.
고기가 들어있으니까 씹는 맛도 좋고 훨씬 든든한데요.
Thanks to the tagine, the food was warm until the last bite. While I was paying the bill, I found out something interesting.
Voilà, c'est un billet de 20 dirhams. C'est notre roi. Donc voilà. C'est notre roi, Mohamed VI, le fils de Hassan II. Parce que tout le monde aime le roi. Tout le monde il est avec nous, il travaille avec nous dans les restaurants, dans les maisons. Parce que les Marocains aiment son roi.
Morocco has a constitutional monarchy ruled by a powerful king. Today I am going to trace back in time to follow the trail left behind by the glamorous days of the Kingdom of Morocco. You can discover a unique sight if you go in the southeastern direction from the center of Rabat.
라바트의 쉘라라는 곳입니다. 굉장히 큰 중앙공원이 있는데요. 한번 가보겠습니다.
I was able to meet a history teacher who just finished giving a lesson to his students. I was able to get a short explanation about the historical site.
Nous sommes ici. Nous sommes ici. Pierre. Ça, la ville romaine. Tout est construit par des pierres. Et la ville impériale, les villes impériales arabo-musulmanes, par la terre pisée.
Saleh is a place where Roman remains and Islamic monuments coexist in one place. The charmingly decorated garden is the first thing that greets this traveler. Interestingly, this garden was built in the Spanish Andalusian style. The Andalusian Muslims who immigrated to escape religious persecution created this garden with a longing for their hometown. Morocco is a country where many different cultures of different countries blend together. At last, beyond the garden, the ruins of the Roman Empire from 2,000 years ago appear. Until about the 3rd century, Romans occupied this land. I am able to look around the bathhouse and the lot for houses. This place, now in ruins, was where the most gorgeous days of ancient Rabat took place. After the downfall of the Roman Empire, Rabat becomes illuminated once again by the Marinid dynasty in the 14th century. These traces remain on the opposite side of the Roman ruin.
로마의 문화를 뒤로하고 아랍의 문화에 이렇게 발을 들여놓습니다.
The architecture of the Marinid dynasty was so advanced that it greatly influenced the Alhambra Palace in Spain. The red brick pillars and walls are sophisticated and beautiful. The Marinid dynasty used this as a royal cemetery. Sultan Hassan and his wife lie in the direction of the sacred city of Mecca.
황새들이 각자 한 자리씩 차지하고 있는데요.
The owners of this place seem to have changed once more. The Moroccans consider storks as a good sign.
여전히 남아있는 타일 장식이라던가 건물 안의 아치를 보면 굉장히 화려했던 왕가의 황금기를 느낄 수 있습니다. 근데 지금은 이 쓸쓸한 유적을 저렇게 새들이 자리를 차지한 채 남아있네요.
A stork kingdom is built on the ruins of the kingdom. Perhaps the first owners of this place were the storks. On a journey to find old traces of the Kingdom of Morocco, I leave Rabat and head towards Volubilis, a city where ruins of the ancient city remain. Volubilis has the largest Roman ruins in Morocco. In BC 1st century, Romans made this place an outpost for its expansion into Africa.
와, 저 앞에 고대 로마의 건축물과 기둥이 보입니다. 지금 이 옆에 보이는 바위들도 1000년이 다 넘은 것들이라고 하니 새삼 시간의 흔적이 느껴지네요.
Volubilis is a type of morning glory flower. These are ruins that show the glorious days of the Roman Empire. Only the pillars remain today, but it was a shrine for Roman gods, including Jupiter and Juno.
제 앞에는 바실리크, 즉 공공건축이 있는데요. 이곳에서는 포럼이 열렸고 상인들의 시장이 존재했습니다.
There were 8 doors on the walls stretching 2 kilometers around the perimeter, and 20,000 people with Roman citizenships lived inside. During the 3 centuries under Roman rule, Volubilis developed rapidly. The typical Roman arch-style architecture was built during the last Golden Age. This arch was dedicated to Emperor Caracalla, who ruled at the time. Now I'm entering the residential area of Volubilis.
로마 시대 대표적인 공공장소인 로마인들의 목욕탕입니다. 저기 보시면 그 당시에 타일 문양들이 그대로 남아 있는데요.
The mosaic here is well preserved, thus it has a high value. Various mythical stories are vividly expressed, including the adventures of Hercules. I find an interesting trace on the stone floor. In today's terms, it would be the drainage. It flows to one place and goes through a purification process. The mill which used to squeeze grains and olive oil looks exactly the way it did 2,000 years ago. Volubilis, which spread its influence to northern Africa, holds the pristine glory of the Roman Empire. However, along with the collapse of the Roman Empire, the glory of the city faded. It seemed to regain its glory during the 8th century, when it became the capital of the Idrisid dynasty. However, with the building of a new city called Fez, Volubilis became a city forgotten in history. Now, I'm on my way to see the medieval Morocco. I head to Fez, the place that has been part of the Kingdom of Morocco the longest. Fez is a medieval city where time stands still. After becoming the first capital since the 9th century until now, this is the spiritual capital of Morocco. What kind of things happens here? As if riding on a magic carpet, I venture into medieval Morocco. Fez is a fort city surrounded by walls.
굉장히 다양한 구조로 길이 얽혀 있는데요. 메디나 전체를 감싸고 있는 벽은 16km 정도 되고 그 안에 커다란 문이 무려 18개가 있다는데요. 굉장히 거대한 조직입니다.
Medina is referred to as an old section of the city. Medina of Fez is made up of approximately 9,000 alleyways. It is known as the largest maze city in the world. It's very common to find donkeys or mules carrying loads in this place. The alleyways are too narrow for cars to drive through. The people live according to the old way that began 1,000 years ago. Seeing these people makes me think time really has stopped. I decide to explore the city's famous alleyways. The alleyways were so narrow that I have to turn to the side in order to not collide into people coming from the opposite way. The maze-like alleyways were planned since the city was built. It was to prevent enemies from finding their way around easily, even if they invaded.
좁은 길에 사람들이 이렇게 다 살고 있네요. 이 골목 사이사이에 전부 집이 있어요.
It's like having 9,000 alleyways in an area that is 1/3 the size of Yeouido in Korea. Travelers from foreign lands may have some embarrassing experiences here.
막다른 길입니다. 아이고. El fini?
El fini, ça.
Fini?
C'est la porte, c'est la porte.
여기 끝이군요. 와, 이 오래된 벽 사이로 진짜 이렇게 집들이 다닥다닥 붙어 있는데.
When you exit the narrow residential area, a vibrant market spreads out. Morocco is a country with advanced craftsmanship. The people make all of the items sold in the street themselves. From the neatly stacked spices to the traditional Moroccan Tagine dishes, the inside of the Medina is filled with Morocco's distinct characteristics. Eating comes first. My eyes turn to food.
굉장히 다양한 종류의 올리브가 있습니다. 여기 고기를 와! 낙타를 팔아요. 샤모.
Ça, c'est le chameau. Rakuda.
샤모 밋.
There are camels raised as food. I would have never imagined that I would taste camel meat. Before I know it, there is a group of people lining up to buy meat.
낙타고기가 생각보다 인기가 많네요. 많이 사가시는데요? 그럼 이거를 How can I eat?
Il n'y a pas de cholestérol.
샌드위치. 슈크란. 이 고기를 받아서 저쪽에 가면 구워주는 데가 있다네요. 한번 가보겠습니다.
The place where they sold the meat and cooked the meat are separate.
살람 알리쿰.
I asked for enough to make a sandwich.
This bill? Yes.
I watched to see how they prepare the food out of curiosity. The minced meat is separated to put on skewers. Much like other Moroccan food, the skewers are cooked over a charcoal fire. The sandwich is complete when the cooked meat is placed in between the bread. They add plenty of spices in order to kill the fatty taste.
일명 낙타버거.
I wonder what it tastes like.
소고기 구운 거하고 큰 차이는 없고 뭐랄까 씹는 맛이 더 고기가 씹히는 맛이 더 좋습니다.
If you want a better look around Fez, you can ask for help.
It's the religious and cultural center of Morocco for several centuries. Yes.
License or something?
Yes, this is my badge as an official guide tour.
Okay.
A guide with a certificate receives tips for a guided tour. The first place he takes me to is the palace with a green roof and embellished with a golden door. It is the Dar el Makazen, built during the 14th century under the Marinid dynasty.
It used to be a palace before, for 14th century.
From
1400s, yes. Because this town, this place has been found by the Marinid dynasty in 14th century.
Fez was first built in the 8th century and became the capital during Idrisid dynasty. It experienced ups and downs every time there was a change in dynasty. When the Marinid dynasty entered during the 14th century, the city was reorganized and revived. The fancy mosaic pattern on the golden door represents the authority of the Kingdom of Morocco. The best craftsmen from all over Morocco were called, and it took them many years to complete it. The marble imported from Italy decorates the front of the palace. I meet some familiar faces.
How are you? Yeah. I just think we have the same travel, the same routes. Yes, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Oh my god.
It's the couple from the Netherlands I met while traveling.
Meet again.
Let's meet again.
또 만나요.
In Seoul. In Seoul.
Or Amsterdam as well. Every time.
Bye bye.
와. 야. 메크네스에서 만났던 분들인데 볼루빌리스에서도 만났고 지금 여기 페스에 다시 와서 또 만났어요. 사실 일정이 방향이 반대긴 한데 요 세 도시만 지금 겹치는 거거든요. 근데 일정이 정확하게 똑같네요. 야, 신기하다. 이게 또 여행의 묘미죠.
I follow my guide Malid into the center of Medina. This is a place where everyone who comes to visit Fez visits, welcoming its guests with its unique smell. It's a tannery where they dye leather.
냄새만으로도 가죽 공장을 찾을 수 있다고 하더니 벌써부터 이 어떤 역한 냄새가 밀려옵니다.
Yes,
Is it here?
yes, here.
Okay.
We're going to the tannery now. Okay.
The raw leather from Fez, Morocco, is known for its good quality. It's good enough to surpass Italian quality.
The oldest tannery in Morocco, which dating from 1400. 1400. Of course, it has been restored many times.
Like a painter's palette, there are puddles of various colors, creating unique scenes. I decide to enter the scene myself.
처음이에요. 이런 걸 입어보는 것도 처음이에요.
I'm wearing work clothes, but Abdul, who is showing me around, is in shorts. I feel the difference between our experience.
밑에 가죽이 많이 쌓여 있어서 그렇지 생각보다 깊어요. 네. 이 빨간색 가루가 코콜리코라고 하는 염료입니다.
This is the red dye called coquelicot that will be used today. They say it is a natural dye.
와 진짜 빨개요. 보세요. 피처럼 빨개요. 물에 들어가니까 입어서
The process of rinsing and removing is repeated in 3-time intervals.
이렇게 한 번씩 헹궈서 오케이.
There's something in the dye bucket. They say this helps ensure the leather will be dyed well. They'll tell me what it is when all the work is done. I'm following the traditional method that has continued in this tannery for over 1,000 years. The hair is easily separated if the leather is soaked in water mixed with lime. After 4 to 5 days, the leather is taken out of the bucket and into the laundry room. This huge container is used to rinse the heavy leather. The leather is placed inside and washed with clean water. After this process, the dyeing begins. They have to be flipped and mixed constantly in order for the color to stay on the leather. They endure the smell coming out of the dye bucket and go through all this hard work in order to produce the world's best quality leather.
색이 잘 입혔습니다.
The leather products from Fez are all works of art. I wasn't very good, but he must have liked the fact that I was working hard.
같이 일하세요. Zian? Yeah. Shukran.
The ancient cities of Morocco have a good irrigation system. This water comes from a river outside of the palace. It was very clean and very cool. Finally, the secret ingredient is revealed.
아 저게 그거다. 이 냄새 원인이
Caca do pigeon.
삐죠.
Caca. Caca.
이 비둘기 똥이랍니다. 비둘기 똥을 이용해서
Caca do pigeon.
첫 번째 공정을 거치는 것 같은데 이것 때문에 냄새가 독하구나.
Abdul is 23 years old this year. I wonder how he ended up working here.
Trabalho na polícia.
폴리스.
Trabalho dans l'artisanat touristique. Trabalho que comme ça. Trabalho toi. Moi, travaille ici pour ne pas aller à l'école. L'école n'est pas aller à l'école. Moi, travaille avec mon père et les frères.
For Abdul, this is a family business. Abdul's 5 siblings and his father all work here.
La famille, oui, c'est mon frère. Et ça, c'est le grand mon frère.
Papa.
Non, le pas papa. C'est grand mon père. Mon frère. Papa n'est pas travaillé aujourd'hui. Mon frère Abdelghani, mon frère Hassan. Hassan.
Oldest brother Hassan has been working here for over 30 years. He is in charge of the last step.
소리 엄청 위험하게 생겼는데요.
The look of it alone looks dangerous.
Comme ça.
가슴에 대고.
I'll give it a try.
이렇게. 근데 이게 칼이 너무. 칼 무서워 보여.
I throw in the towel.
이건 아무나 할 수 없겠는데요? 야, 완성됐습니다.
No machinery can produce better quality leather than the traditional method used in Fez.
제가 잠깐 해봤지만 이게 보통 어려운 게 아니거든요. 그래서 30년 동안 같은 일을 하시면 정말 이 분야의 장인이 된다는 생각이 드네요.
Morocco is a country of artisans. Most people live where they are born and continue the family business. This kind of lifestyle is unfamiliar to us, as people who always fight and compete in order to get a better job. I become curious about the artisans of Fez.
L'homme qui fait des tonneaux. 10 ans. Je peux travailler 10 ans. L'âge de 10 ans. Assassiner, 10 ans.
아, 60년이면 정말 어떤 경애가 드는데요.
I am able to feel the freedom and pride of someone who has been doing the same work for a long time from Rahim. He lives his own life, so there's no need to compare his with others.
J'ai gagné de l'argent, j'ai des enfants, alors qu'est-ce que je fais? Rien du tout.
성이라고 하시는데, 네.
Stylo, comme ça.
60년 장인의 손입니다. 이곳 페스 메디나는 다른 곳과는 또 다르게 단순히 물건을 팔고 사람들이 사는 기능뿐만 아니라 저렇게 골목의 곳곳에 장인의 숨결이 그대로 남아있고 여전히 역사와 함께하는 그런 곳인 것 같아요.
I could hear voices of children from an alley. A group of mischievous boys are playing soccer.
Elle est
Ah,
française.
parle français?
Oui.
Ah ouais.
Et comment tu t'appelles?
Yeah.
Lia.
Yeah.
Lia.
Ah, 이거.
Allez, go.
Yeah.
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 Et les deux photos?
Yeah, oui.
vite.
Their poses are the best.
Dor, haka, dor.
이 좁은 공간에 요만큼만 딱 트인 공간이 나오는데 요 안에서 애들이 다 놀고 있어요. 나랑 일로 와봐.
Monsieur,
그러니까 도와. 오케이. 이시 바르셀로나? 이시
They argue over the team names.
바르셀로나. 오케이. 간다 우리.
I must have thought it would be easy, since it was a match against kids. We lost a goal to the other team while I was off my guard.
먹었어. 잘하네.
I tried to brace myself for the battle.
아, 이제 우리 차례구나. 아, 이게 공격 수비 골대 하나구나. 자, 뒤에 패스.
The children make the best out of the space in the alley. He falls in front of the goal, tripping over a tackle from the other team.
오케이.
Sportsmanship is alive even in soccer played in an alley. The referee calls for a free kick. After a fierce head-to-head in front of the goal. Finally, a goal. We made a goal. Our bias makes us think this space is too narrow. The children were using this narrow alley as a large soccer field. Today's match is won by our team with a score of 2-1.
2대1이에요. 저도 한 골 넣었어요.
After the match, one of the kids invites me over to his house. This is Io's house. His older sister is home.
Me llamo Sukeina.
스케이나. 아, mucho gusto.
También mucho gusto también.
그냥 보기만 해도 집이 진짜 모로코의 일반적인 가정처럼 중앙에 이렇게 중정이 있고 그 둘레 굉장히 문이 높아요. 방들이 있고 위에도 사람 사는 방이 있어요. 이렇게 이런 건데.
The houses of the Medina of Fez have only gone under minor repairs. They maintain the same image of what they look like since the village was built. There are stairs inside.
집 안도 이렇게 미로처럼 돼 있습니다.
What Iyo wanted to show me was the roof. The houses look like fortresses because of the gigantic walls, but the inside gives off the scent of people.
알이나 고기를 얻기 위해서 닭을 기른답니다. 따로 마당이나 그런 공간이 없으니까 이렇게 옥상에서 그런 것들 해결을 하는군요.
Fez viewed from top of a roof seems much different.
여기서 골목에서 볼 때랑은 다르게 여기 올라오니까 집들이 이렇게 다닥다닥 붙어서 전혀 계획되지 않고 이렇게 시간이 지남에 따라서 모여서 사람들이 살게 된 모습이 그대로 보이는데요. 당연히 이런 여행에서 예상 밖의 일들이 벌어지는 걸 기대하고 오지만 이건 굉장히 뜻밖이고 재밌기도 하고 새로운 친구가 생겼습니다. gracias. 차를 준비해 준다는데요?
Le thé. Tiens. Entre.
Iyo's older sister, Sukeina, is 16 years old this year. She was very mature. She makes mint tea like a Moroccan with her skillful hands. She is very meticulous.
아직 16살밖에 안 됐는데 차를 대접하는 건 아주 정성껏 제대로 하는데요.
Iyo's family has a total of 8 members, including his parents and his siblings.
No malo. Es la vida en la Medina muy buena. También.
¿Por qué?
Porque vive con los padres y mis hermanos. La familia es très heureuse. Me gusta muy a la Medina. ¿También tú?
Sí, yo también, sí.
No, la Medina es muy antigua, también es muy buena, es muy guapa. Todo el mundo, la gente es muy buena en la Medina.
A journey to find the traces of the kingdom. I met the people who made this land beautiful. Fez, with these people, will be able to endure another 1,000 years.